make a fiend go. Everything I wrote gon' smoke, so dangerous. I can make an Einstein feel brainless, but look on the bright side, hope yield changes. I'ma get it started, please give me a pardon, cause this the type of beat that get the whole crowd marching. Time to shut it down, we made the whole town Spartan. I'm from outer space, so all my homegirls Martian.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Denver Broncos. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. From his end zone, Marvin Mims. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
They run with a former Bengal. It's Samaje Perine. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Second and 5.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 5. The leading rusher in NCAA history from Youngstown State. Here's Jaleel McLaughlin. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. You talk about this Jets defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run. The 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem? When they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Broncos at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Oh, that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. This quick pass complete to Sutton. When you talk about this Jets defense, they've certainly had their struggles against the run. The 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. To throw again is Wilson. Taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On fourth down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Oh, did the Jets miss this guy? Here's Breece Hall. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. The stop made there by Chandon Sullivan.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Hall again on second down. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. Here comes third and the length of the football. In motion, the tight end. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Big conversion. They were backed up deep to start the drive, able to pick up the first.
So the goal is at least a first down here, right? Pick up a first down, give yourself some breathing room, and if you have to punt after that, maybe you've helped with field position and you've helped out your defense.
And avoided a 3 and out on their opening drive. Rodgers going to get this complete to his running back Hall. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Got an open man here. It's K.J. Hamler. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Play action. Now Wilson. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that.
And the Jets will take over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
All again on 2nd down. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They start on the ground with Pirine. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Wilson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. He'll return it from the 6. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They're going right back to Hamler. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Here's Rodgers. Quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. And again, it's Rodgers. Going for it all. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick. And that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself, you don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's got it.
And the Jets are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So they say he went out of bounds, came back in, then touched the football.
Can't be the first guy to touch it when you come back in bounds. That's why the penalty goes against him. Have to know where you are on the field.
In motion left, the tight end.
They'll try to run with Hall.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
31 yards there and a first down.
As always, no rooting interest here, but that was pretty, wasn't it? To see him break through and then pick up his stride.
Yeah, the guy carrying the ball loves it. I think the O-line, they might like and take more satisfaction out of those runs than anybody else, though, right?
Without a doubt, because they're the ones that often have created it.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
DJ Jones
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. There's a short one caught by Uzomah. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing now is Rodgers.
That is caught.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. A gain of 22.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Jets.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 17-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Pressure comes and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down, New York.
They'll go again with Hall. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 19.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down, Jets.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. A toss left side for Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Jets 21, Broncos 3.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Wilson to throw.
That's into the hands of McLaughlin.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know when this look.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Now a throw here to his running back. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st. Rodgers now on 1st down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Rodgers pass intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On 2nd down, Wilson.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Zuerlein now for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Jets 28, Broncos 3.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
The give is to McLaughlin. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by DJ Reed. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This time it's 3rd and 3. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Hall again. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run with Hall. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now Zuerlein on and the extra point. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Broncos 3.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Wilson.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey,